Islam versus McGregor? Is that something we may need to keep an eye out for moving forward? I don't know. So I was going through the internet the other day and I saw a quote Islam talking about McGregor. Um, and it got me thinking like, wow, that is actually really intriguing. And I mean, I think Islam probably will run through Conor. I mean, if I'm being honest, um, but a lot of that will tell on what Conor looks like when we see him versus Chandler, right? Well, I'm scrolling through, and again, that's a big test for Conor. I think it's interesting that not a more humble, quiet guy like Chandler has an interview like this, and he's being asked about Chandler McGregor coaching and then fighting each other.
What did you think about Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler? It's announced that they're going to be coaches against each other and fight each other. What went through your mind when you saw that?
I think for the Chandler, this fight, it's last fight for him. He gonna make money and that's it. He's gonna retire it, or if he lose, maybe.
So he's hinting at the fact that Michael Chandler's so washed that he's just trying to make his money and get out. He's not, he's being a little bit more gracious with his language, how he's saying it, but that's what he's saying. And what does that mean? That means Conor's opponent is not credible. So he's dismissing the opponent that Conor's fighting. And there's layers to this, right? He was right there with Khabib the whole time during that rivalry. Conor's the double champ. Don't take that away. He's one of the greats. I'm not going to be one of these idiots who says he's not. I'm just a fan of greatness. I'm not really a fan of anybody. So I'm just looking for greatness, great fights. And I think this could end up being something just really special from a marketing standpoint. Now let's keep it going.
Maybe you should kick him out because how many times he lose. For the corner, I don't know. He not gonna be good shape. A lot of drugs, alcohol.
Notice how he does Chandler first and ends with Conor. Now I'm an educator, and they always say start and end with your biggest thing. They always say the thing that you want to really stick with the kid, you always make sure that's at the end. And so here we have Islam getting Conor now, and he's approaching Conor, and what does he do? He goes right to character. He's not talking about him being older, those things like Chandler. No, he goes at his character. He talks about how he's doing drugs and alcohol, and talks about how that he's basically not going to be a good fighter. So what he's painting is two has-beens fighting each other. That's what he's saying right now. In case you guys are wondering, if anybody didn't pick up on that, that is what he's saying.
A lot of bad stuff. He's not gonna be in good shape, and it's gonna be hard to beat Chandler. But what I said before, finally someone is gonna win. I'm happy.
So, finally somebody gonna win. Now, you can just look at that and think he's trolling Chandler and Conor, but I go back to this. Where's the feud at? Where's the real problem at? Conor recently tweeted Islam after his win over Oliveira and then deleted the tweet. But I mean, even Dana talked about it. Conor likes to drink, likes to have a good time, can get carried away sometimes. But I really think Conor beats Chandler. Conor Islam beef kicks up, and then that's the match to be made. And I think it's super exciting. I would say I don't know when Conor's going to fight. I think before the end of 23. So let's say he beats Chandler before the end of 23. His time window with his age is he's not getting any younger. So I think the turnaround will be fairly quick, but the marketing piece is going to have to be big. Just keep an eye out, and I want to see is there going to be follow up to this? Now, Islam's quote was 3 months ago, but we both know the media has a way of bringing stuff back up. If Conor gets put into a corner with Islam and he starts getting asked about these remarks, what does Conor do? And then how does that impact down the road? Any way you look at it, you either have that, then you also have Colby picking at Islam too. So, I mean, either way, I think we're going to have a fun fight. But I think from a marketing, from a what's going to really entertain you leading up to the fight, that Conor Islam's going to be the one to book.